Okay, hello. So you are on a page that looks very similar to this one. Obviously, once I'm done recording this video, I will sadly have to go and replace the Rickroll. But other than that, everything should look pretty similar. So we're going to install this virtual machine now. And the first thing that you want to do is go and install this program called VirtualBox. So if you're on Windows, you'll click this first link. If you're on Mac, you'll click the OS X hosts. And if you're on Linux, then I don't think you need my help. So there's that. So go and get that installed, and then you'll go to this virtual machine download link, and I think it looks different because I'm already logged in. This is on my OneDrive, so this is what you should see, just a page with a download link. So hit that and go and get by your router if you're not, because this is going to maybe take a while depending on your internet connection. So quite a large file, and it's very important that we get it downloaded properly. Alright, so there's that. So once you've downloaded that, it's actually a zip file, so it's going to get even bigger. So go to this, wherever you downloaded it, and we're going to extract it now. So if you're on a Mac, you can just double click and it'll extract just fine. If you're on Windows and you don't have this thing called 7-zip installed, if you double click, it'll look like this, where like you're looking at the file, but it's not actually extracted yet. So you're going to have to drag it or click this extract all button. So just drag it to a folder, or extract it somewhere that is going to be safe, because this file, this virtual hard drive file, it cannot move. The second that you move it, you have to like reconfigure your virtual machine, and that might be a little confusing, especially if you're in my CSI 40 class. So just put it in a nice place that you're never going to get it out of, and let's just wait for this to extract. So luckily, you can just fast forward this video. I do not have that luxury, sadly. But I'm putting this in just a folder for myself. And I guess while we wait, we can go and configure VirtualBox. So if you open it up, it'll look something like this. You won't have any machines installed. And it'll also probably be in English. So there we go. And we're going to hit New, and we're going to make a brand new machine for ourselves. Okay, and this last file that we're extracting, this .vdi file, is going to be the virtual hard drive for this machine. And so you can call it whatever you want. Maybe I'll call it CSI. And the type is going to be a Linux virtual machine. Linux is a fancy operating system that's free and open source. And the type of Linux is called Ubuntu. 64-bit is the one. So there's that, and you should be able to just keep everything else as it is. This folder is probably fine, however it is on your machine. And then we're going to configure it some more. So this is the amount of memory you're going to give it. The recommended size is 1024. If you're not in the red, I highly recommend you to at least double it, so 2048, and hit next. And we are not going to make a new hard disk because we just downloaded one, and this should just take a couple more seconds to finish extracting, and we're going to use an existing virtual hard disk. That's the idea. So, and then we're going to go and find it in the folder that we extracted it to. So if we hit this little picture of a folder, this tiny one, we can go and add a new virtual hard disk file. So you just navigate to wherever you extracted this .vdi file to. You'll go and select it, hit open, and there it has it right there. And just make sure it's selected and hit choose. It's the 25 gigabyte one. And then we'll hit create. And so now we have a brand new virtual machine that is currently powered off, and we'll turn it on in just a second. So a couple more things that you're going to want to do just to make your life easier. If you go to the settings and let's see here, what else is there? System, and processor's fine, memory is fine. Display. Video memory. Also, if you're still in the green, I recommend that you double this. So 32. I'll just make things a bit more snappy. And I think that's all I want until shared folders. Oh yes, so also shared clipboard. Because this is going to be like a computer within a computer, if you copy and paste something on your local machine and or if you copy something on your local machine or the virtual machine and you expect to paste it in the other, that's not going to happen unless you enable this. So you want to share your clipboard bidirectionally is probably the best way. Drag and drop I haven't tried, but you might enjoy it. So definitely enable the shared clipboard bidirectionally. And also we're going to add a shared folder for ourselves. So I encourage you right now to make a brand new folder somewhere on your computer that you're going to hold all of your C-size stuff. Or you can just give it like your C drive, because this virtual computer, it's going to have its own files, and we want it to see our host computer's files. So we're going to have to share something with it. So maybe I'll make this folder on my desktop called CSI. Maybe you'll make one in your documents folder, or you'll just share your entire C drive, maybe, something like that. So at least one thing you should add. So we're going to click that plus button and go to Other, and let's just start finding wherever we did this. So mine is on my desktop. I made the CSI folder, and you can just as easily share your entire drive. You can just click the C drive, click your D drive, and share that whole thing, and you can see all of those files. So whatever you feel like, I will share this one CSI folder and select it. And you want it to not be read-only, so keep that unchecked, but you want it to auto-mount. And that should do it. Click OK, and I think that is all we want to do. So now I think we're ready to go. We can hit Start, and our virtual computer will start booting up. And it's quite possible that you have a very good screen on your computer, so things might look really, really tiny after this finishes starting up. And I'll tell you when. Like around right now, this looks like half the size that it is on this video. You should go to View, and I think it's Virtual Screen 1, and then scale to something that looks nice. Either 150 or 200 is probably the normal options. But I don't have a nice monitor on this computer, so we're just going to keep it how it is. Everything is currently scaled 100%. And so it's booting up, and we have a little mouse. You see it changed colors from the Windows mouse. We know it's this other computer now. And I have made you an account called CSI. That is your username on this computer. You click it, and then the password is also CSI, lowercase. You hit Enter to log in, and that will bring you to your virtual machine's desktop. And there it is. All right, so it's kind of small right now, and what you can do is you can either go to View and make it full screen, or you can just drag this window and it'll just change the size of the virtual display. And if you click your Files thing in this dock-looking thing, you can see SF_CSI, and that is that folder that you shared with yourself on this computer. So if you add something there, you can actually see it. And the place that you're going to be working a whole lot this semester is in this terminal. So if you click to start that, here you are in the terminal. You can hit LS, and I'll explain what these commands mean if you're in CSI 40 and you haven't seen them before. But in order to get to this folder that you shared, it's in, if you go to CD/, hit LS, it's inside the, oh gosh, it's either MNT or media. Let's find out. No, it's definitely media. Yeah, there it is. So if you do CD/ media/SF_ the name of the folder that you shared, hit Enter. Now you're in that folder, and we can make a file, just a test file. Oops. We're going to spell this right. And so now we have a file in that folder, and we can see it in our host machine as well. And so that's how you'll be sharing things between this virtual machine and your normal computer. And if we go and copy something on the terminal, it's Control-Shift-V to paste and Control-Shift-C to copy for reasons. And then you can see that we've shared our clipboard. Beautiful. And so I will be giving you more information about how to use this terminal and all this special turn-in commands that I've installed, but this is a good start, I think. And if you do not have to turn this computer off, by going to power off, like power off or restart or anything. You can just hit the X in VirtualBox, and if you click the Save the Machine State button, something really nice is going to happen in that it doesn't have to turn off this virtual machine. It's just going to save how it was. And so you can close VirtualBox, you can restart your host computer, and when you come back and you hit Start again, it'll just reload from where it left off. And that only takes a couple seconds usually, which is beautiful because then you don't have to worry about restarting a computer inside of a computer. So I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about, and I will go into more depth in either lecture and the lab walkthrough videos. But I encourage you to just start playing around with Ubuntu. Enjoy it. So I'll see you later then. Save that and stop the video.